Welcome back to mystikalisol. My name is Lisa, and today I am doing some oracle and tarot readings for your natal Jupiter placement. Okay, so the last couple of readings I did was for your North Node, but another really important astrological placement for you guys to kind of just tap into, be mindful of, is your Jupiter placement. So, why is Jupiter so important? Well, Jupiter is the planet of grace, of expansion, of luck, success, prosperity, abundance. Whatever Jupiter touches, it magnifies, it grows. Okay, so that means that wherever Jupiter resides in your birth chart, or when you came into this incarnation, what was the Jupiter placement? Like, what is Jupiter expanding? Okay, in who you are, in your personality. Also, it's spiritual blessings, which means when you get knocked down, when you're going through adversity, when you're experiencing setbacks, Jupiter is the planet, or the where Jupiter is in your chart, that will help you deal with or alchemize the energy into something that you can use to your advantage. Okay, so for example, this reading is going to be for Jupiter in Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So I've already done Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Please look back at the last video I did if your Jupiter is in one of those three planets. I'm sorry, in one of those three signs. But so let's say your Jupiter is in Cancer, which my Jupiter is in Cancer. So, these are aspects of myself that can sometimes be heightened, but these are also aspects that can be used to, enhance my career. They can be used, like I said, to get me through like setbacks and adversity that I experience. Okay, so if your Jupiter is in Cancer, that means that you are prudent, sensitive, sympathetic, moody, protective, tenacious, intuitive, quiet, introverted, imaginative, domestic, conscientious, and calm. Okay, so these are some of the Cancer aspects, or these are very kind of like quintessential Cancer elements, and these aspects of my personality can be more pronounced, or may, they may seem like they're, they weigh a little bit more than maybe other aspects in my chart. So, for example, I see myself as introverted. Okay, so I look at myself and I think that I'm kind of introverted, but it's funny because my children, they don't think that I'm an introvert. They think, because I'm very friendly and I have a very boisterous personality. So I have a Leo moon, Aries sun. So they pick up more on those aspects of my personality, right? Then, if I look at myself, I see my Jupiter in Cancer much, much larger. And it could also be that, it might not be how you express yourself to the outside world, but these elements will weave its way into your life somehow, whether it's through like career or how you are with your family. Wherever Jupiter is, it's going to kind of weave itself into how you are in these areas of your life and magnify it. Okay. I wouldn't describe myself as calm, but I think also that I'm growing into these aspects of myself. Yeah, anyway, so, it could also be that that your Jupiter placement is not something maybe that you kind of come into right away, like when you're, a child or when you're younger. These could be aspects that mature over time, kind of like your North Node. And then also, the outer planets, sometimes those can also come about with maturity, right? Or the more kind of positive aspects of these outer planets come about with maturity. All right, so let's get into it. Jupiter in Cancer. We're going to start out with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. I'm going to light my little incense. Okay. So this is the Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer reading. All right. So Jupiter in Cancer. Spirit, please give us messages that are timely and accurate for Jupiter in Cancer. Please inform us of what Jupiter in Cancer needs to know right now. I ask that Spirit give me wisdom and understanding to intuitively interpret the cards for Jupiter in Cancer so that they receive a message that is accurate and for their best and highest good. All right. Ooh. I mentioned in my last video that I was doing some yard work on Sunday, and I think I hurt something in my back. Anyway, my back's killing me today. And yesterday I had horrible allergies. So that's just been kind of physically not the greatest past couple of days. Yeah. Okay, so Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer. What do they need to hear right now? What is the message for their best and highest good right now? Okay. Jupiter in Cancer. You guys got the crocodile, the lamb, and the unicorn. Okay, so Jupiter in Cancer, well, it seems like Spirit, I'm going to look at the book too, but Spirit is indicating that now is a time for you to cool off, go within, collect your energy, and wait for the right time to strike. With the lamb here, this kind of giving me sort of a prophetic, at least I think that's what the book said, like a prophetic message, an innocent, some sort of innocence, almost like that saying, a child shall lead them. And then with the unicorn here, that's definitely awakening of the third eye. But also, there's this kind of balance of predator and prey, and then transcending that energy. Yeah, so Jupiter in Cancer, it also seems like there is an important message for you to bring, that you will be bringing in. It will require that you do activate your third eye, or the first eye, as some people call it. And it will come about, like you'll receive this kind of like divine intuitive message, um, by collecting your energy, not wasting your energy. Okay. So let's take a look at the book to kind of get further details on that. Okay, so crocodile is resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. It says, take a step back from the external world and turn inward. The crocodile's mantra is wait. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering your awareness, observing and building your energy. Okay, so that you can come from a place of power when you're ready to. Okay, so rest. Rest. Now, rest doesn't necessarily mean like sitting back and doing nothing. Okay, so, whatever you're driven by or passionate about, or, you should still be engaging in, self-care and, the rituals and routines that help you, physically, mentally, emotionally, right? But maybe just kind of like the extra stuff, like, putting a lot of energy into like friends and relatives and coworkers and, you know, partying or, going here or there, binging things on Netflix or podcasts, now may not be the best time to kind of do all of that. The next one is the lamb. The lamb is peaceful, prophetic, and patient. Okay, so the lamb is the bearer of an important message. It can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. All right, so this message will repeat and reverberate through you until you listen. So yeah, this truth that sits within you requires that you become very, very quiet and that you listen to your higher self. Okay, so the suggestion here is meditation and listening. And then with the crocodile card, the suggestion being like rest and going within. With these two cards together, plus the unicorn card, Jupiter in Cancer, you have a total kind of gem of a message inside you. And when I say message, it means that whatever is inside you will benefit the collective. Okay. So that's another thing about Cancer. It's ruled by the moon. Okay. So if your Jupiter is in Cancer, that means that, not only does that make your moon energy more pronounced, but the moon represents the subconscious. And, if you're magnifying the subconscious, you could be unearthing something that will help the collective that the collective doesn't even realize they need help with necessarily, or they're not seeing all the sides, right? Because, the moon is always changing. It's dark sometimes, then it's light when it's full, but there's still a dark side of the moon, right? So, whatever is this message inside you, the collective may not even realize that they're going to benefit from whatever it is. So I think that's another reason why, these cards are asking you to kind of go within, be quiet, like don't, you know what I mean? Don't kind of go out there with like a half-baked message. And as I say this, I literally come on here probably with half-baked messages. So I can kind of need to, I can relate and kind of need to heed this advice myself. Okay, so we're going to read the unicorn. Okay. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. Okay, so this is, like I said, the third eye. When your third eye begins to open, you start exploring and contemplating the inexplicable. You start kind of questioning the nature of your reality, wondering if there's anything deeper, right? So this is oftentimes when you might get into a spiritual awakening, or, start to kind of tap into more spiritual science or occult, like what I'm doing on here, divination, astrology, just other occult practices. And you may see how, our world, our reality is kind of, there are a lot of illusions. There's a lot of things that are sort of fake, but we're made to feel like they're real. Like, so for example, the importance of money, so if your third eye is awakening, you might realize, like, money ain't shit really. And, it's really our connection with our higher self, and, how we are bringing our higher selves into the collective that really matters, right? So the unicorn and the sixth chakra. Okay, so it's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the Ajna chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present, while the third eye peers into the future. Okay, so again, go within, rest, meditation. The third eye also is awakened when you do meditation. So Jupiter in Cancer, that seems pretty straightforward. Yum. Some green tea with lemon. It's good stuff. All right. So next we're going to move on to the Ancestral Path Tarot. It's a really big deck, and I can barely shuffle it, but I like that it's so big. All right. So Jupiter in Cancer, Spirit, angels, ancestors, spirit guides for Jupiter in Cancer. Please give us a message that they need to know right now about their spiritual blessings, their abundance, their prosperity. Jupiter in Cancer, what can you tell us about their abundance, their prosperity, their blessings? Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer. All right, a few more cards for Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer. Okay, let's see. We're going to get one more card for Jupiter in Cancer. What does Jupiter in Cancer need to hear right now? Their abundance, their blessings. One more card for Jupiter in Cancer. Ooh, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry guys. I'm just trying to hang in there with my back issues, but okay. So we've got the Two of Staves, which in this deck, staves are wands. And I don't know if you can see, there's a woman, she looks like nobility or royalty, and she's sitting on a bed writing something, looking out into, the water, the body of water in front of her. Okay. Also looks like she is pregnant, but I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if you can see. Kind of looks like she's pregnant a little there. Anyway, so yeah, the Two of Staves indicates, looking to the future and the past and working in the now. I mean, I could be totally making that up. I need to look at the book, but it's definitely like working on something, sort of like looking out, maybe like watching as things go by, kind of wondering when you're going to be sort of active in life. There's kind of like a waiting, or it's interesting how wait was one of the indications in the animal spirit deck. So this is more of that kind of like waiting energy, like waiting for when you're going to be in the spotlight, waiting for when, the sun is going to shine on you. And again, I'll read from the little booklet, but with the Wheel of Fortune here, yeah, I'm trying. Hey, Rojim, how are you? I'm trying. I'm not a professional reader or anything. I do this for fun. And so, we're all here for a good time. Anyway, so the Wheel of Fortune here indicates to me that yes, blessings, abundance, right? So if you're waiting for, when your day will come, your day will come. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune's here. That means, a cycle, right? You're going through a cycle, and maybe there was, cycles of adversity, cycles of not being sure, cycles of just kind of putting your head down and doing the work. And you're waiting for that cycle where you can like be in the sunlight and, just everything's going to be right. And the Death card, which means that's great news, actually, because the Death card with the Wheel of Fortune means, you're putting to rest this cycle of not being sure, okay, of kind of waiting for your ship to come in. And the ship is coming in. You see, that's funny because there's like a boat right there. So, and then with the owl up here, that speaks to what we saw over on the animal spirit deck, with kind of waiting for the divine message, waiting to receive from your higher self the wisdom that you need to, bring some understanding, bring whatever needs to be brought to the situation in order for you to be in alignment, for you to truly kind of be in your purpose, and, just kind of move forward with that understanding and wisdom. Okay. So these are awesome messages. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the Two of Staves, potential energy, fertility, temporary but necessary separations, the need for patience to see a project through to completion, waiting. So yeah, maybe you are working on something. You're waiting to kind of see it through. you know, it's been a while in the making. It's coming. It's on its way. And I'm so excited for you, Jupiter in Cancer. Yes. Okay. Fortune, fate, destiny, luck, unlimited possibilities for good. Okay. So, you know, you won't have to wait much longer. I'm not going to read from the book, the death card, because, you know, we know that death represents endings, new beginnings, the end of a cycle, rebirth, clearing away the old to make room for the new. Okay, so, you know, that could also be an indication as you rest, as you kind of pool your energy, as you know, engage in these self-care rituals like meditation and yoga, writing, and that kind of stuff. um, Clear away what is no longer needed, right? If there are burdens that you're carrying, um, you're not gonna, you're either not going to be able to take it with you to where you're going, or you're not going to want to take it with you where you're going. Um, you know, so whatever needs to be cleared away right now, Jupiter in Cancer, um, kind of think about that. And, you know, maybe, you know, you could do a ritual on the next full moon. Um, but yeah, so you got a good cycle coming through. You've got a good cycle. Okay, so we're going to read the affirmation, the chakra affirmation for today for Jupiter in Cancer. Good. Oh, thank you. Aw, thanks. Yeah, for a while I was like, I don't want to read because I don't know all the cards. And then I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Okay, well, we got two. We got two, Jupiter in Cancer. I am the co-creator of my reality. Okay, and I am connected to the divine source of the universe. So these are your chakra affirmations, Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer. I am the co-creator of my reality, and I am connected to the divine source of the universe. So that is your reading, Jupiter in Cancer. We're going to move on to Leo. Leo. By the way, Rojim, did you get your Jupiter placement? What's your Jupiter placement? Thank you. So what am I doing now? Where am I? Okay, yes. That's something you have to get used to when you do lives, is like you have to focus on like what you're doing or what you're talking about while also sort of interacting. Even if it's only one person, it's still like, you know, an interactive experience that you kind of have to be able to multitask a bit. I'm not the best multitasker. Oh, okay, awesome. By the way, if you guys have not checked out Ro Ojim's channel, she is a bilingual, I want to say, somebody who's also having a spiritual awakening, and she does great videos about, you know, awakening to your higher self and how to sort of manage your energy with other people's energies, and has very insightful videos. So check her out. I need to sneeze. Okay. I felt like I needed to sneeze. Okay. So we are on Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter in Leo. So if you're a Jupiter in Leo, some of the aspects of yourself that will be expanded or magnified, where you might find your spiritual blessings, and where you may be able to kind of tap into an ability to kind of transcend the challenges, the setbacks, adversity in your life with these aspects because Jupiter touches it. So being ambitious, being confident, creative, dramatic, a leader, proud, and excessive. So Jupiter in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. So if your Jupiter is in Leo, that means that you know, your ego, you know, your kind of what you show the world outwardly is going to be kind of pretty important to you, or you know, that's going to be something that, you know, you can capitalize on if you want to, right? Okay, so we've got one card. We want another card for Jupiter and Leo. Jupiter and Leo. Ooh. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter in Leo. We want timely and accurate messages, please, Spirit, for Jupiter and Leo. Please give me the wisdom and understanding to intuitively and clearly communicate these messages. That one wants to come out too. Okay, so Jupiter in Leo. What am I doing here? Okay, you've got the hyena. And you've got the buffalo. All right, so with the hyena, you know, it's not the animal that has the most tact. You know, it's kind of like, isn't the hyena is always kind of like slinking around, and like, I feel like in cartoons, the hyena is like always sort of making jokes about everything, or just like snickering. You know, so Jupiter and Leo, this could indicate kind of tapping into a more real part of yourself, especially with this moon here. Like half the moon is in the dark and half the moon is in the light. You know, so this could mean sort of taking the time to tap into subconscious motivation, subconscious desires. You know, this could indicate like just pulling back from more superficial interactions, or, you know, just surface level stuff, and kind of going a little bit deeper. And then with the buffalo here, the buffalo represents, you know, earth energy, but with the lightning here, it's very much also tapped into the higher realms. You know, so this could indicate like staying grounded, but also sort of tapping into your higher self. Let's read from the book to get more clarification. So those are my intuitive interpretations, but you know, the book gives a little bit more. Okay, so the hyena is humor, wit, and sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships, or to mask how you feel? Are you uncomfortable discussing certain things? Yeah, as a jokester. What would happen if you took your goals seriously? All right, Jupiter and Leo. Spirit is indicating that, there's a deeper part of you that needs to come through. The suggestion in the book is sobriety. Okay, so actually, Rojim, she also touches on sobriety. She's 2 years sober. Props to her. Yes. But yeah, with sobriety, you kind of like learn to be in your own energy. You learn to not fall back on patterns of escape and avoidance. So the buffalo, grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. So Jupiter and Leo, this is for you. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind are rise to the heavens. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time. Okay, so the recommendation in the book is prayer. And, if you don't pray, you can always kind of give gratitude, like just kind of, close your eyes and just kind of quietly, you can say it out loud or even just in your head, just, what are you grateful for? That's a type of prayer, right? I'm grateful for, the elemental energies around me and within me. I'm grateful for the sun, moon, stars, I'm grateful for the cosmic energies. I'm grateful for, the great mother. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the earth, right? I'm grateful for all of the blessings in my life. Hi. My son just got home. So you can pray that way, right? It doesn't have to be like you get out your Bible. I mean, if that's what you're into, that's cool too. But one other thing I was going to note about being Jupiter in Leo and being grounded yet spiritual, and just kind of the aspect of the buffalo where it's like, no matter what kind of hardship they're going through, like they're sort of always, their heart is to the heavens. And there's always just kind of like this gratitude for the now moment. And that's giving me Leo energy, big Leo energy. Because again, Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is an eternal ball of energy, right? Like it doesn't stop with its energy. And that is definitely something about you guys that spark will always be there. Like you will always have this essence about you that's very hopeful and bright and enthusiastic, confident, creative. So this is sort of a reminder that, no matter kind of what's going on around you, that, there's something within you that's always going to be kind of like a beacon of light. So props to you, Leo. Leo, Jupiter and Leo. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to the Ancestral Path Tarot. This is for Jupiter and Leo. Jupiter in Leo. Spirit, what can you tell Jupiter and Leo for their best and highest good? Please let them know what are the spiritual blessings, their abundance. What is Jupiter in Leo bringing? Or what is Jupiter in Leo going to be coming into for their spiritual blessings, their abundance, physical abundance? their prosperity, their growth, their expansion. Okay, Jupiter in Leo. Okay, we got one. Let's get a few more. Jupiter in Leo. One more. One more for Jupiter in Leo. One more card for Jupiter in Leo. All right. So we got our cards. Now let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to kind of like... Okay. So interesting. We got Justice. This is for Jupiter and Leo. The Princess of Swords. And Judgment. So Jupiter in Leo, you got Justice and Judgment. That feels very fated. And again, we were asking about for Jupiter in Leo, your blessings, your abundance, any messages that you need to hear. Okay, so for the Justice card, I mean, it's a lady who is wrapped up and she has something over her eyes, and it looks like, you know, there's a Libra sign over her head, right, which indicates balance and the yin yang. So this is some sort of justice that she's experiencing. With the Princess of Swords, so the Princess of Swords is giving being very mindful, being ready, practicing, or even like calm before the storm. And then Judgment, the Judgment card, that's sort of like, I mean, it's almost as if this is the same person, and she kind of goes through, she gets out of here, and now she's like escaping, right? Right. So Jupiter in Leo, you could be going through some turmoil and having to be very calm, be very balanced, and you're going to come through it on the other side, leaving behind illusions. Let's read in the book. Get something a little bit more clear. Okay, so Justice, getting to the heart of an issue through judicious, considered evaluation, advocating right causes rather than socially popular causes. Okay. Right. So this means real justice, true justice. So, you know, Jupiter in Leo, you could be using your leadership qualities, because that's something that's very much Leo, to bring about some sort of justice, or to champion some causes. You know, maybe the causes that you champion have less to do with what's popular and more to do with what you know to be true in your heart. All right, so the Princess of Swords. Spiritual warrior. Victory following an inner conflict of the soul. The quiet aftermath of an initiatory experience. Basking in the warmth of the sun. Processing the lessons of the sword. Realizing its duality as a tool or a weapon. Okay, so so Jupiter and Leo, you could be managing, how you use your fire, how you use your fiery nature. You are ambitious, you are confident, you are creative, and so, with the Princess of Swords here, again, it's like basking in the sun, um, you know, kind of taking your position after some sort of spiritual warfare, or being the spiritual warrior, but kind of collecting yourself. Um, this could indicate, like, yeah, that there was some sort of battle, if not a physical battle, then maybe a spiritual one, in which um, you are victorious. Okay, so you're just chilling, basking in the sun. I feel like with this hyena card, it's telling you not to gloat about that, or like there's some aspect of just kind of being like more serious rather than celebrating your victory. Um, Remaining grounded, being grateful, right? That you have this spiritual strength. And you don't need to gloat. You don't need to be like, oh, ha ha, because judgment is coming. So, whoever you feel like is sort of the root of the injustice, like, judgment is coming for them. Okay, so not to worry. Jupiter in Leo. Okay, so judgment is self-judgment and self-forgiveness, a time of assessment, the attraction of the soul to the creator or to higher self. Okay? So yeah, this is self-knowledge, self-forgiveness. You know, there could be something here where where it's maybe not the most sincere fight, or maybe there's something about it that's maybe a little bit or you feel like you feel compelled to do it, but it's like not what's in your heart to do necessarily. um so I think you're being asked to kind of like go back, go within, um forgive yourself, forgive others, and not it's not for you to kind of be the judge. Um, Although you are, a spiritual warrior, and you do feel kind of compelled to fight for justice, which is great, but just be careful not to kind of take on what the divine, or what you know, the Most High is there to judge, and it's not for us to kind of judge others, right? And so when we do that, it sort of brings us back to ourselves. Like, why are we judging others? Is there something that it's tapping in? There's something that is being triggered in me to pass judgment on others. Yeah, we are going to move on to a chakra affirmation for North Node in Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter in Leo. We're going to get two cards. Two cards for Jupiter in Leo. Okay, so we have I seek experiences that nourish my spirit, and I honor the sacred body in which my soul resides. I seek experiences that nourish my spirit, and I honor the sacred body in which my soul resides. So Jupiter in Leo, that's what I got for you today. And we're going to move on to Jupiter in Virgo. Okay. So Jupiter in Virgo. Let me just clean off these cards a little bit. Do this one too. I don't know why I felt like I needed to make sounds. Okay. Jupiter in Virgo. So if your Jupiter is in Virgo, Virgo is mutable earth, ruled by Mercury. Okay. And so if Jupiter touches Virgo in your chart, that means it may expand the following aspects: being responsible, precise, logical, analytical, dedicated, helpful, discriminative, and pure. Okay, so those are some aspects of yourself that, you know, you could find your spiritual blessings. You could also identify how you can cope with adversity, or, you know, how you can get yourself back on track after a setback or some kind of, you know, challenge in your life. Your Jupiter is a great place to tap into for those things. Okay, so all right, so we asked Spirit to give us some important messages for Jupiter in Virgo. We got the vulture and we got the zebra. Okay, I'm gonna just get a little tea. Hi, I am Holy. Oh, you're right on time. Yes, we're doing it right now. We're doing it right now. Yes. Okay, so the vulture. I'm going to look in the book, but first I will kind of give my intuitive interpretation. So with the vulture is the type of animal where it's about cleansing and purifying, right? So the vulture is the bird that, you know, gets rid of, you know, the animals that have died in the desert, or, you know, wherever. I mean, I think it's typically like in the desert, right? So, you know, it's sort of like a little bit like a trash, like a natural trash removal system, right? So anything that is sort of left behind, decomposing, no longer needed, not really serving anything, it actually serves to feed the vulture. Okay, so this is interesting. So with your Virgo energy, with your Jupiter in Virgo, you know, what needs cleansing, what needs purification. you know, have you done a spiritual bath lately? Sage or Palo Santo to kind of, you know, get rid of the kind of negative energy on you. So cleansing and purification. And then with the zebra, yeah, so the zebra, I mean, I don't remember what it says in the book. We'll look at the book, but the zebra is very beautiful, very art, it's very artistic in how it looks. It could almost be, what's it called when, like, you see something and it looks like something else. Like it can almost be like, can you guys help me out? Like a mirage. Oh, good. Palo Santo Daily. Yeah. So an illusion, like some sort of illusion on the outside. And then the only way that you can kind of see the situation clearly is with your third eye, because what's on the outside might be an illusion. So that's a quick intuitive interpretation. Let's check out the book for you guys. So vulture, 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 vulture. Okay. The guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature. It is a bird that balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. Okay, it does the dirty work no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Okay, so what you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is actually a blessing in disguise. Okay, so the vulture, the recommendation in the book is to clear your space, clean your space, and sage, to use sage. Okay, Jupiter in Virgo. Okay, so we're going to check out what the book says about the zebra before we get into the tarot. Eccentric, creative, visionary. Zebras are the most precious of gems. They're young at heart, well-cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Being in the company of a zebra personality not only is a delight, but also opens our minds. Be prepared. Their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview while having a blast. Zebras also like to contribute to the global health through environmental or volunteer work. This card may be a hint to pack your bags. Okay, so the book calls for an epic adventure or art. An epic adventure or art. Yeah, so Jupiter and Virgo, cleansing, purification, like, if you need to do like a little spring cleaning, fall cleaning, whatever, now's the time to do that, to kind of get rid of clutter, sage your area, and then maybe pack your bags and go somewhere. Or at the very least, if you can't go anywhere right now, to engage in some sort of creative practice, get your creative juices flowing. If you're not traveling physically, you can travel in your mind, right? Yeah, so cleansing and tapping into sort of a creative energy is on the docket for Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter in Virgo. And Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the planet of communication, right? So this could be an indication, like, get yourself cleansed, like removing all of the kind of negative stuff off your energy, And that way you can kind of, whether it's to go on an adventure or to tap in creatively, you can do so with an unburdened heart and an unburdened mind. Because again, with that Jupiter in Virgo, you've got Mercury ruling the planet Virgo. So there is an aspect of, communication, and you want to have clear, unburdened, healed communication. Okay. So we are asking Spirit, the divine, ancestors, angels, spirit guides, please give us a message for Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter in Virgo. What can you tell us about their spiritual blessings, their abundance, any pertinent messages that they need to hear right now for Jupiter in Virgo? Jupiter in Virgo. Okay, that one went like halfway around the world. Sorry, hold on a second. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's see what we got here. We've got the Emperor. The Emperor. The Ace of Swords. And the Three of Sacred Circles. Okay. Yeah, so with the Emperor, you are a leader, okay? Jupiter in Virgo, you are some sort of like, you've got, some sort of leadership that is going to kind of come through. I mean, if you're not already a leader in your community, that is part of your purpose. So, your spiritual blessings, your abundance, your prosperity is being like a beneficial, just like a positive leader, okay? So I'm going to read from the book. The Emperor is the patriarch, an effective leader who wields great power. So you see he's got like a crystal ball in one hand. And then that could be an ankh with an eagle, maybe? So everything about him says, he can read the future. He understands the past. He's ready to rule, with great wisdom. So willing to listen to wise counsel, so you're not somebody who needs to figure everything out on your own. Like you kind of know how to delegate, who to ask and when to ask for counsel and direction. It says pursuing and attaining goals, sacrificing for the greater good. And with the zebra card here, it mentioned volunteer work and caring about the environment. Oh, benefactor. Yes, benefactor. That's the word that I was trying. I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like I come on here and it's like I forget how to talk, but anyway, or maybe I come out with words that like I don't usually use or something. Okay, so then with the Ace of Swords, I need to charge my computer. Dang it, it's about to die. I'm so sorry. Hold on a second. I don't want the computer to die. So let me get the cord in here. Okay. All right. My bad. My bad. Okay, we're back. Okay. So the Ace of Swords is an idea, right? A fresh idea coming in. Um, you know, there's hope on the horizon with this fresh idea. So I feel like with the Emperor and the Ace of Swords, Jupiter and Virgo, you're bringing in something that's beneficial to the collective. Um, you're ready to kind of take a leadership role in whatever endeavor, you set out for. Um, you're ruled by Mercury, or Virgo's ruled by Mercury. And so Jupiter expands whatever it touches with your Jupiter and Virgo. The power of intellect, the ability to think and reason. Okay. So there's a lot of potential here to, be be a change maker, be somebody who really comes up with ways to improve our society, and kind of take the lead on that. Okay, and then with the Three of Sacred Circles, um, it says a craft is mastered when the body, the materials, and the idea all become one. Ethics and values are consonant with one's lifestyle. Work reflects values. Balance between work, social, family, and spiritual responsibilities. Right. So, you know, I mean, it's not going to, it might not be kind of easy for you to balance everything that you've got going on in your life. Oh, look up in the sky. There's like maybe like an eagle and then a bear in the clouds. And that signifies maybe the earth and the air, like an earth animal and an air animal. So again, balancing between, your responsibilities here on the earth, keeping up with your health, taking care of your children if you have children, but also being in alignment with your higher self, doing what you need to do in order to kind of satisfy what your higher self is calling on you to do. Right. So I'm going to read that again. A craft is mastered when the body, the materials, and the idea all become one. So the idea, so you might have the idea here. This is like the potential for an idea that can, change everything as we know it, right? And then this signifies, right, like the body, okay, and maybe even the materials. So it's sort of like bringing together everything. So, being mature, being a leader, getting the materials that you require, getting the idea. And once it all kind of comes together in divine timing, really, it's nothing that you have to force, right? So again, cleansing. Hi, Shaylee. Um, cleansing and going on an adventure, or kind of just delving into your creativity. This, bringing whatever to fruition, like whatever mission, whatever your purpose is, bringing that to fruition doesn't mean sort of steamrolling, to the goal. Like, I have to bring this into fruition. I have to pursue my purpose. Like, your purpose will unfold as it should. You don't have to force it. You can take the time that you need to kind of cleanse and recharge. You can take the time that you need to, go on an adventure, or, take an afternoon to kind of go to the park with your sketchbook and just draw, right? So this Three of Sacred Circles sort of indicates to me everything will come together in divine timing. So that's not anything that you need to worry about. All right, so let's read some affirmations. Some affirmations for Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter in Virgo. Some affirmations for Jupiter in Virgo. We're going to get, let's see. Okay, there's one. I am the co-creator of my reality. Okay, and I release the need to control. Okay, so that's interesting because that kind of mirrors, like, I am the co-creator of my reality, sort of mirrors I release the need to control. So even though you are the co-creator, right? Again, it doesn't mean that you need to, I'm the co-creator, so I have to control what I'm creating. And, no, you release the need to control. Okay, so the co-creation will happen gradually, and sometimes it's like fits and starts. It'll stop and start. You'll go. You'll pause, and it's okay. It's all sort of in the flow of the divine timing. Okay, so that is all I have for North. I keep saying North Node. Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter in Virgo. That was a really beautiful reading. Virgos are so strong. I've known many Virgos. I'm very close to a lot of different Virgos. And even on YouTube, like, a lot of the YouTubers I follow are Virgo. There's something very special about Virgos in terms of, they want to be of service, but they're also so diligent and so reasonable. They just bring a delightful spin to everything that they do. So if your Jupiter's in Virgo, I'm not worried about you. You got it going on. So I did the Cancer, Leo, Virgo. I am going to hop off here, and I'm going to come back to do Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you were able to receive some messages that were helpful and will help bring your prosperity and abundance into fruition. Let's take this time to thank Spirit, our higher selves, our angels, our ancestors, and our spirit guides for bringing us these beautiful messages today. And I will see you in another video. Bye.